This relationship that you were in, some of you have just left this, or you have been left this. It's been a year, it's been 2 years. This could be very, very recent for some of you. But this relationship that you were in, it was because you needed to learn some things as well as this other person, right? You were sentenced to show this person love, and you were also being taught how to love yourself and to understand that you don't need anyone else to give you the love, right? You can pour into yourself. You can love yourself. You just need someone to add into it. So this relationship that you have just got out of, you were supposed to get out of. You were supposed to get out of it once you recognized that you would have been lowering your self-worth. You would have been going against yourself, your own beliefs. You would not have gotten the life that you actually aspired or you've been praying to God for. God needed to see, were you strong enough to recognize if this is a good woman or not a good woman, a good man or not a good man. Some of you have actually recognized that this is not it. This is not your person forever. This was just someone that was helping you get from point A to B so that you can find your C, your true crush. Okay, because this was like a fake crush. These are people that was crushing on you, and then they got to know you, and then they see the God in you, and they don't like how strict, I'm gonna say, you are, because you're not falling for the bullshit. You have a great time, you love, you do this, you do that, but you're not accepting a partner that is emotionally unstable or is not emotionally intelligent or who doesn't take accountability, who does not know how to apologize, who does not know how to communicate. You get what I'm saying? And this is what people will say that you're strict and picky about, is because you want a partner that communicates their feelings, that doesn't close off, that doesn't just ignore you. Okay, people say you're strict because you want a partner that doesn't cheat, that doesn't entertain other women or other men while they're dealing with you. Okay, and people will call you strict because of this. Obviously, they're stupid. Obviously, they're clowns. Okay, because anybody who is a decent human being will have these set standards when it comes to a relationship. You're not going to cheat on me. You're not going to embarrass me. You're not going to say, oh, this is home. You're not going to do me any type of way. You're not going to ignore me because you don't want to explain. You're not going to ignore me because you feel like I'm over explaining instead of just getting to the nitty gritty of the problem. Right? This is someone that always just tries to brush things off because they don't want to really face the problem. Most of the time, the problem is themselves, right? We have to do the inner work so that we can realize we may be the problem. This is someone that never wanted to talk about deep conversations because they did not actually want to feel. So because they could not feel things, they did not feel you. Okay, they did not understand where you're coming from. They don't understand. They feel like you're just being annoying. They feel like you're just whining. You're just aggravating. Okay, they feel like this is just a norm, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, she's mad at me, whatever. We ain't gonna talk for a couple days, blah, 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 whatever. They thought that that was the norm. Okay, but they didn't realize that the Holy Spirit was actually dwelling in you, and God had you there for a reason. Right? While you were there, you were learning love. You were learning what you actually want in a relationship. You were learning how to approach men, how to approach women, how to do things within this last relationship. Trust me, if they would have knew what it was, they probably would have been on their best behavior, because some of them have lost you completely forever. Okay? Some of you, you look at these people differently. You don't look at them with the same respect that you once looked at them before, because as time progressed, this person became a walking red flag. Okay, you deserve someone that wants to talk to you about things, who wants to find a solution, who doesn't even look at it as we're fighting. We're just figuring things out. We're just having a regular conversation. Let's talk about it. You want someone that is able to take accountability. If you saying something hurts your feelings, or you don't like something, or this makes you feel disrespected, or this makes you feel like they don't really care, whatever the situation is, right? If your person is not saying, oh, baby, I never meant to make you feel like this, I'm going to change this effective immediately. You know what I'm saying? If your person is not giving that they actually care and they're ready to change and help you be at peace, right, with your feelings, because if someone really cares about you, they don't want you to feel uneasy, period. So the moment that you feel unease, they want to make sure that you're at ease. They want to get you comfortable. They want to reassure you. They want to make sure that you know, hey, I'm here. We're going to work through this. So the moment that someone is ignoring you, pushing back, getting silent, going ghost, closing off, or projecting, getting mean, getting angry, like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. Why you always want to argue? You always want to fight. You always got to bring this up. What's going on? Like, damn, can we just chill? I want peace. I want peace. I want peace. Whole time, this is the person that's disrupting your peace. This is the one that's setting the whole fucking volcano off, but they talk about they want peace. You will have peace if you bring peace. You need to bring peace into your life to have peace. God has brought you in as the peace in their life, but they don't recognize it. So they push you away. So when you bring up things to help them heal their deep inner that they need to heal, okay, deep childhood trauma, okay, daddy issues, mama issues, maybe the mama wasn't there, maybe the daddy wasn't there. Maybe they didn't have that much support. Maybe they feel like they were doing too much, okay? If this is a man, maybe the man feel like, oh, he don't like women because he had to do too much for his mom, right? Or maybe he feel like his mom could have did more, or maybe he feel like his dad could have did more. It's so many reasons why people will act how they act in their adult age. And God will send in the right people to help you on your healing. But if you are neglecting the healing, pushing it away, ignoring the healing, you will never heal. But usually these type of people, they just don't want to heal because they don't want to feel. You know, like I said earlier, they do not want to actually feel. Because when you feel, you have to do a deep shadow inner look at yourself. Like, how did I overplay my part, or did I underplay my part, or, you know, how did this really make me feel? A lot of people don't want to sit in how something made them feel. They want to just brush it off and act like they didn't feel no type of way. You know, they want to brush it off and act like, oh, everything is okay. And now when these deep conversations come up, you're closed off. You cannot heal if you do not want to feel actual emotions and talk about what it is that you have gone through. So if you were sitting to someone's life and you feel like you were there to be like a therapist, to be their healer, to help them heal. Maybe they just got, you know, they went through a grieving time. Someone just passed in their family. God could have brought you in at this time, whatever it's for, right? They could have just went through a heartbreak. God brought you in. You were there as the healer, as the guidance. You were there to guide them into a deep healing so that they can get closer to God, so that they can understand themselves, so that they don't blame themselves, so that they could just stop blaming people, so that they could stop being a victim, right? So that they could take control over their life. And even though they went through this, they can still get through it, right? You were there to really reassure people that, yes, I know you went through this, and I know you went through this heartbreak, and I know you lost this, and I know this happened to you, but listen, there's light at the end of the tunnel. If someone is dismissive to that, right, and they feel like because you're bringing up things and starting an argument, it's because they're actually feeling it. It's because you're actually making them have to mirror, look into the mirror. Right? They don't like that feeling. They don't like that you put them into a deep healing, you put them into like a deep healing cycle. They do not like the cycle. So they end it. They stop the cycle. They argue with you. They project. They flip the switch, because they starting to feel too much. You ever had a conversation with these type of people? You have a conversation and now you want to start talking about God, or you start to talk about childhood or how it was growing up, or maybe they just had a deaf in the family and you talking about the deaf and they're so cold. Oh, I don't want to talk about. Oh, I don't talk about that to people. Oh, I'm not talking about. They have so much that they want to talk about. They're very sensitive. They're very hurt. They still have so much pain, but they're closing it off towards you. It's usually because God brought you in to be that healer for them, to help them, to guide them into a deeper healing, knowing God, getting the strength to get back out there, to not hurt other people because they're hurt, right? This is your job. This was your job. Your job has been completed now. Whoever this message is for, you have already completed your job. You completed all the tasks. You've done what you needed to do within the time frame that you needed to do it. So good job. Whoever this message is for, good freaking job. Understand that you tried, you did all that you could to open up this person up to a healing so that they could do the shadow work, so that they could understand that life moves on. You cannot hold on to these things. You cannot ignore people. You cannot ignore these things and act like it's still not going to be in your heart or whatever, because now when you have those conversations, it always comes right back up. You can literally see how this person is responding, that they're still hurt from something. So all in all, in the end of the situation, you learn self-love. You learn, okay, if someone doesn't want to receive my love, I don't keep giving. That's stupid. Because now they're misusing you. Now they may treat you a different way because they feel like, oh, you love them regardless. So they think they could be in and out or whatever because you love them regardless. They think they could cheat or talk to many people or not take your relationship serious because you love them regardless. I don't know why. It's like when you show people love, they feel like you love them regardless. You love them through the bullshit regardless. If this person hurts you physically, mentally, it's just crazy to think that you're going to continue to hurt someone and think that they're still going to continue to love you regardless. That's stupid. All right. So someone is going through a rude awakening, learning your place in their life, learning why God even brought you into their life. And they're also realizing that they failed their test of healing. Okay, maybe you wasn't meant to be with this person forever, but you were meant to be a big part of their healing journey. And this person declined the healing every time. Okay, everybody that God sent in, they didn't want to heal. Now God sent in his best, biggest soldier, you, and they still kind of failed. But the difference is with you, they're never going to forget you because the love that you showed is outweighing everything. So this person will always remember that the love that you gave was genuine. And even when they were pushing you away, you were still giving them love because you thought, oh, this is someone that is hurt. Let me be there, until you recognize that this is a cycle. This is a pattern. This is what someone wants to do. They don't want to actually sit and heal and take accountability and really learn and grow from this situation. And then you started to pull back. God advised you to start to pull back. But this person will always remember how you gave them chances, how you gave them warnings, how you were very communicative about what you want, what you didn't want, what you like, what you didn't like. And this person will never forget about you. Besides the fact that you are beautiful or you are handsome, they will never forget your heart. They can never tell nobody that you were mean. They could never tell nobody that you were dismissive. You were very aware. You were very attentive to their needs, to their wants. They didn't even have to tell you things all the time. You were aware. You were always there. So they will always be able to say that you love them for real, for real. I don't think that they will ever question if you love them. Even if you cut them off cold turkey and you don't talk to them for the rest of your life, this person can never say that you did not actually love them because they know that they put you through a lot. And you were still trying to deal with this person. You were still trying to heal and help this person. So they could never tell nobody that, oh, you just didn't, you hated them or you didn't love them. And this is what's going to sit with them the most, is because they're going to be like, wow, I had someone that actually loved me, because they were patient. They were communicative because they really wanted to understand. They wasn't just talking just to talk. No, they actually was comprehending what I was saying. They really wanted to feel what I was saying. They really wanted to be, inside of me. You know how someone's telling you the story and you want to you get so deep into it that you really picture yourself there. It's like this person was telling you things and you really got really into it. So that you can feel, so that you can understand how this person felt through whatever. So listen, one thing they ain't gonna never be able to say is that you didn't love or care about them and you was not patient with them. And another thing they're gonna say is that you know yourself and you have good boundaries where you're not gonna shake yourself for nobody. So yes, you're patient because love is patient. Love is kind. But as soon as you see that this person is really not trying to receive this love and they're actually hurting you, or they're doing things that is dismissive, that may hurt your feelings, they're ignoring you now, it comes a point where God would advise you to move forward, because now it's too much. Now you're going to start second guessing yourself and your qualities of life and who you are as a person, because now this person is ignoring you. God doesn't like that. No, because there's nothing wrong with you. It was always them. That's the only reason why you even came into this to begin with. Okay, God put you on that assignment to begin with because it really was something more wrong with them. And you just needed to get sharper with your boundaries. It's almost like you already have standards and boundaries, but God just needed or wanted you to sharpen them up just a little bit more, or just to make sure that you were 100% ready for your true love. And also just so that you know what to accept, what to not accept, because there's so many Dusties that's always coming at us, right? There's so many emotionally immature people, unstable people, narcissists, lunatics that's always coming at us. So God needed you to be able to recognize people in all different shapes and sizes. You get what I'm saying? How they could come at you any different way. And you passed the test when it came to this. You did what you were supposed to do when it came to this. So I don't think that you need to be dwelling on this person. I don't even feel like whoever this message is for, you're actually dwelling on this person, because you honestly feel like you've done more than enough that you could in this situation. You've tried. You literally tried. You could have gave warnings. Like, you could have told this person, hey, hey, and they were dismissive. They neglected your feeling, whatever it was. So I feel like this is why it's easy for you to move on. And simply because, again, you were there for an assignment. You wasn't there to be in love for the rest of your life. You were there for an assignment. So it's only but so much that you're going to feel. God is not going to have you deep stuck, locked in something when he literally only had you there for an assignment. Okay? You get what I'm trying to say here? Even if you want to be deep loving and fucked up about this person, it's not even going to be able to happen because you were literally never there to be that. You were literally there to just help them on their healing journey. Okay, this is like a deeper type of way. I hope that y'all really understand me. But I love you guys. Listen, keep moving forward. Keep passing your test. Keep doing what God needs you to do. Okay, they could say whatever the fuck they want to say, but they could never say that you was a liar, you was unloyal, you was a cheat, whatever. Like they can't. They really ain't going to be saying much. I'm getting at this person really, when people ask about you and stuff like that, they're really not going to say much. I'm also getting, honestly, I'm lying. I just saw something in my head as soon as I said that. Actually, this person might play victim and be like, oh, they left me. The last person left me. Oh, everybody just leaves me. I ain't shit, whatever. I know I need to heal, whatever. I know I need to heal. I told them that before I even saw them. Before we even got serious, I told them that I still had shit I needed. So this is someone that's not learning, actually. This is literally what God just showed me in my head. So this may be someone they're just going to put the blame all on them. Like, I know I ain't shit, whatever. I told them I wasn't shit. They still wanted to do it, whatever. Who cares? People always leave. This is their energy. So you definitely don't need to feel bad for nobody that's like that. Because, yeah, they missed the whole point. The point is here, and they waving all over there, bitch. They acting blind, bitch. The point is right here. So if someone is going around the point, okay, down the street from the point, leaving the point, bitch, leave their ass over there then. You take your point and you head out. Period. So I love you all, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.